Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will read the news about a criminal case that occurred in Surabaya decades ago. The title of the news is The Death of a Pejagal. In Surabaya, Astini awaits death in a sitting position. Her eyes were covered with cloth, and in front of her, just 5 meters away, 12 personnel of the Regional Police Car Brigade Firing Squad, East Java, prepare to fire. And a moment after the signal is declared, Astini heard was pierced by 6 bullets. Astini H, dropping lifelessly, convicted of the murder of 3 women. By means of mutilation was met death. In Sunday, 20 of March, around 1 o'clock and 20 minutes WIB. It is not known exactly where the woman was executed. Surabaya State Prosecutor Office Chief A.F. Dermawan only said Astini was taken to a field. Astini body was taken to Stomo Regional General Hospital, Surabaya, East Java, for autopsy. The family of Fuji Astutik, one of Astini victims, claimed to be satisfied after knowing Astini was executed, although Fuji's family had to wait 9 years. "I'm happy, I'm satisfied," said Suharti, Fuji Astutik mother's. 9 years is not a short time for the families of the victim of Astini's action. Not only killing, Astini also mutilated the victim's body. 9 years ago, residents of Wonorejo village, Surabaya, were shocked by the discovery of a headpiece in a plastic bag in the Wonorejo River. The discovery of the headpiece was immediately reported by residents to the Tegalsari City Sector Police. Then the headpiece was handed over to the morgue of the Stomo Hospital. The news of the discovery of the headpiece was then heard by Agus Purwanto, a resident of Kampung Malang, Surabaya. At that time, Agus admitted that he had lost his older sister, Puji Astutik. Then Agus went to the morgue and recognized the headpiece of his sister's head. The police acted immediately. Based on the testimony of a number of witnesses, it is known that the victim was seen entering Astini house in Malang village. The victim and Astini are neighbors. Astini was immediately arrested in front of the police. Astini confessed to killing the victim. It happened in February 1996. It was around 4 p.m. Puji Astutik came to Astini house to collect a debt of 20,000 rupiah, but Astini hasn't been able to pay off the debt. Puji suddenly got angry and issued of a harsh word that vilified Astini. Criticized by Puji, Astini is emotional. The mother of 3 children then grabbed a piece of iron and slammed it into Puji's head. After the victim died, Astini dragged Puji's body into the kitchen and covered the victim's body with a mat. At around 2 a.m., the victim's body was cut into 10 pieces. The body parts were then put in a plastic bag. Astini then threw it into a trash bin and reversed in Surabaya. In front of the police, Astini also admitted to killing Rahayu and Sri Astutik, 2 other neighbors. Astini's confession reveals the mystery of the disappearance of the 2 Malang villagers. Ibu Sukur, or Rahayu, who had a debt of 1,250,000 rupiah, was killed by Astini in August 1992, Sri Astuti Wijaya was killed on November 1st, 1993, was also due to debt of 250,000 rupiah and 300,000 rupiah. Both victims were killed under the same pretext. Astini was offended when she was billed with her sword. Astini also admitted that the bodies of the victim were cut into 10 pieces. On October 17, 1996, Astini was sentenced to death by the Surabaya District Court. Astini then appealed to the East Java High Court, waiting for the appeal decision. Astini was detained at the Lembaga Permasyarakatan Wanita Sukun Malang, East Java in January 1997. The East Java High Court upheld the decision of the Surabaya District Court. However, Astini continues to try to avoid the verdict. The woman then filed an appeal to the Supreme Court. However, the Supreme Court decision in June 1997 confirmed the two previous decisions. Astini never gave up. She submitted a review to the Mahkamah Agung. The result remains the same. The death penalty clemency is Astini's last hope. This legal step was also proposed, and in 2004, Astini's request for clemency was rejected by the president. Astini's attempt to survive finally foundered. Astini had to undergo execution. However, prior to her execution, Astini was transferred from the Sukun Malang prison to the Medaeng Rutan Sidoarjo to undergo a 5-day isolation period from March 15 until 19, 2005. During the isolation period, Astini was visited by Supilin, her husband, and several of their children. Astini asked to their children to increase worship and always pray for her, who will leave them forever. The Surabaya Prosecutor Office also wrote down Astini's 3 requests. The day of execution was then notified directly by the head of the General Crime Section of the Surabaya District Attorney Office, Pratikto S.H., because one of the rules for implementing the death penalty is that the prosecutor must notify the convict for 3 times in 24 hours before the execution for the death penalty. After being executed, Astini's body was buried in the Surabaya City Government Public Cemetery in Wonokusumo, Kidul, Surabaya. This is according to the request of the Astini family for the government to take care of the funeral. Maybe from enough here. I'm sorry if I make a mistake. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.